Good evening, you all. Welcome to my channel. Tonight I'm doing the Terminator issue 87 and 88. And one of my first co-hosts is Mark Modz.
Hello everybody, welcome to Adrian's Live. Yeah, should be a good one tonight. I'm glad Adrian got his Terminators in time.
And next one is Geordie Dave.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Adrian's show, Building the Terminator. Be a cracking builder now, so enjoy.
Yep. Give me a sec. Yes, hopefully everything goes fine.
Yeah.
I think quite a few easy stages to do.
Well, I've had a look at it and it does look like quite easy. But the Terminator build is an easy build, I would say.
Yes.
It's not a challenging build. It's a great starter for anybody who wants to start part working.
Yes, it's nice and simple, basically easy instructions to do. It's probably just the awkward bit was like with the teeth.
Yeah.
Gluing the teeth in.
And I think with the Terminator build, you don't need a lot of tools as well to build it.
No.
So it can be done, you know, with minimal tools.
Yes, it's pretty simple build to get through.
Yeah. But yeah, so it's a good build though.
I think when I was doing helping Rob's, I think I found it was the fingers out of the awkward one. When it was stay tight until I brought the mods out.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that were a bit of an issue, but when I started mine, the mod had already been done for it. So I just went and got the mod for it. Because I started later than other people. So.
Right.
Okay, I'll do
Really,
the...
Dave, can you go through the chat now? I'll basically change my camera angle.
Okay. Right. First gold medal of the night is Mark Modz. Hello, everybody. I hope everyone is keeping safe. Then we'll have Dano Builds. Hello, everyone. Hello, Dano.
Hi, Dano.
Then we'll have Yorkshire Crafter. Hello, everyone. Hello, Julie.
Hi, Julie.
Hi, love.
P40F20. Hi, all. Hi, P40F20.
Hi,
P40F20.
Fleetwood J. Hi, all. Hope everyone is okay. And good luck with your build, Adrian. Hi, Fleetwood.
Hi
there, Fleetwood. Thank you.
And Matthew Boyle. Evening, friends.
Evening, Matthew.
Hi, Matthew. Lots of chat up to do.
Okay, so I'll be doing the instructions tonight. So the first issue we're doing is issue 87, and that is fitting a joint mechanism to the left thigh. We combine a left leg joint assembly with new thigh component. And your parts check is part 1 is left thigh.
Yes.
Which is that. And then part 2 is 5 times M2 nuts, 1 spare.
That is correct.
Okay. It also says you will also need tweezers optional, leg joint assembly from issue 86, super glue and cocktail stick. Okay.
Yes.
Right. Okay, so step 1, take the left thigh part, part 1 at a time, apply a little super glue in the hexagonal recesses in the hip end of the thigh.
Right, yes. Basically put a bit of glue in those. Right, can you actually jump to the next step, please?
Okay, so step 2. After applying glue to the recesses, Fit an M2 nut in place, ensuring the nuts flat in the recesses.
Right, because actually I've taken screws and I've actually threaded the nut on the screw, so basically it's easier putting the nuts in the hole.
Yeah.
And basically you can have something to push it down with. And plus you are making sure it is going in straight.
Yeah.
Right. That's number 1 done. So let's.
Well, they give us enough screws to do it.
Well, yeah. Well, actually, I opened a pre-package basically and take the screws out and put the screws in.
Mm.
And plus, I can.
Any chat, Geordie Dave?
Matthew Bourne. I'll be cancelling the X-Wing in W.H. Smith on Friday, as I have it delivered.
Right.
So you're going to subscription-wise, have you?
I mean, all my part works are on subscription. Well, bar a couple of them. I don't go to the shop to buy them. I just prefer to have them delivered.
Well, yeah. There's few of those. You end up going to the shop basically and they're not in. And you think, I wasted my time coming here to pick up my issue up and it's a day late.
Yeah.
And Matthew Bourne again. I haven't had a Spitfire delivery yet.
Don't think anybody else has had a Spitfire delivery yet.
Not 2 weeks or so. Week or two before they come out again.
Yeah, well, it could be 5 weeks since probably the last one's come out.
I think they're due out next week. I think. Because the Spitfire show is always a week behind the subscription. And tomorrow night I'll be doing both the last issues that I've got. So
that one's in there nice and tight. That one's in there nice and tight. Because I didn't actually, like they tell you to put glue in all of them. Think,
yeah.
And this way I'm going to basically double check it is glued in enough. So you think about it, you put a bit of glue on that, and you basically, when you time to check it if it's tight enough, you can basically dislodge them.
Mm.
I mean, to be honest, I think the next step we'll be doing that partly hold them in. So I don't know why I want to glue them in. It's only because previous one we did not get this section afterwards.
Yeah. Okay, so step 3. With all 4 M2 nuts in place, take the leg joint assembly from issue 86 and check how it fits over the end of the thigh.
Right. I have already done so.
Right, okay.
I'm not going to push it down because there's a bit of glue on there. So basically, let's move to step 4.
Okay, so step 4, turn the joint assembly from issue 86 so that you can access the inside. Apply a little super glue to all 3 raised pegs circled.
So it's that one, and that one.
Yeah.
It's surprisingly actually telling us to glue them this time.
Yeah, it didn't tell us.
They did not last time.
No.
Or either that could have been a mistake. You don't know.
Yeah. Well, it was a mistake in issue 86, wasn't it? Because they said it was a shoulder joint.
Yes. Does anyone basically proofread these or not?
Oh,
Probably not.
probably not, no. Okay, so step 5 is fit the leg joint assembly in place on the end of the thigh.
Because now, underneath those holes, you got the nuts, I think. So basically, why did they basically glue them in when all it is basically is just glue that on? It'd be far quicker and easier sort of thing.
Yeah. Okay, Adrian, that is stage complete. A joint has been fitted to the top of the leg left thigh. And in next week's issue, which we'll be doing next, is we assemble the left hip joint.
Yes.
Okay. Matthew Bourne again. When I marry, I might have to commandeer my wife's dining table for my portworks. I hope she'll be happy with that.
Right. Sorry, I've forgotten something to do something before stream.
No problem.
But I'm just going to disappear for 2 minutes. I need to appear with it.
Because I thought, oh yeah, I need to take my left arm off, make it a little bit lighter and easier. And guess what? I've forgotten to do that.
Yeah. Yeah, I took mine off camera.
It's all right for these people. Basically, they got a nice working surface where they can do a full size model.
I mean, my desk is really long. I could potentially, put mine on, but I'm just wanting to store it away just for safety, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So it doesn't get damaged. I mean, once I've done the left leg, I'll probably put the arms and the legs on it. But then it just depends on what they send us next.
Yes.
After doing them, because they could send us more bits for the Terminator. So it's a bit of potluck, really.
Right. Done there. So, right. Got the Terminator ready. Right. And of course, yes, I did have one spare nut. Right, okay.
Okay, so issue 88, we're assembling the left hip joint. Attach the left hip to the pelvis after constructing the interior joint.
Yes.
So, parts check. Part 1 is hip joint.
Here we go. And again, this is metal. And
Yes.
it's got to go on a certain way around when it goes on.
Yeah. Okay, part 2 is inner casing for hip joint.
Yep, next one.
Yeah. Part 3 is outer casing for hip joint.
There you go. That's the inside and that's the outside.
Yeah. Part 4 is domed cap for hip joint.
There you go.
Yeah. Part 5 is outer cap for hip joint.
Yes, and there we are.
Yeah. And then part 6 is 5 times PM, 2 times 18mm screws, 1 spare.
Yes.
And part 7 is 2 times PM, 3 times 8mm screws, 1 spare.
Yep, that's the one I'm going to be using. Yeah, my spare one's already in the way in the pot.
Yeah. It says you will also need tweezers, which are optional, the thigh assembly and model assembly from previous issue, a fine crosshead screwdriver, super glue, and a cocktail stick.
Yep.
Okay, step 1 is take the thigh from issue 87 and place it in the orientation shown. Fit the inner hip joint casing, part 2, into the opening for the hip joint. The flat surface of part 2 is upwards as shown.
Yeah, so basically this one's got to go in that side, not that side.
Yeah.
So I'm doing it back to front orientation to the
photograph.
Okay,
step 2, ensure that the recesses in part 2 fit around the screw sockets inside the joint.
Yes, they are.
Okay. Step 3, fit the hip joint, part 1, inside the joint opening so that it sits in the inner joint casing.
Yeah. Okay.
Step 4, take the model assembly and identify the hip socket.
Right. Just getting.
I mean, last time we did this, we actually had to make the hip socket, didn't we? But this time we don't need to.
No. There you go. It's going to be fitting on to there.
Yeah. Okay. So, step 5. Fit the stem of the hip joint, part 1, into the hip socket. Note that there are 2 notches on the hip socket that have to be fitted over the raised bars inside the hip socket. See arrows on inset.
Right. As we already roughly done this side, like opposite from the other side, I know what screw we need to use, so I've got that one ready.
Okay.
Right, yes. You got to get those notches in the correct position onto there.
Yeah.
Rightio.
Okay.
Okey-doke.
Step 6. Fit part 1 in place with a PM 3 times 8mm screw. At this stage, the joint will be quite loose.
Yeah.
Any chat, Geordie Dave?
Nothing irrelevant, unless you want us to read it out. Just Matthew Boom again. I've mixed in some blackcurrant squash with Dr. Pepper.
That's unusual taste, isn't it?
I wasn't going to do
Okay.
Right. Okay, that's nicely done up. Oh,
Okay.
Incorrect. No, it's not.
No. Oops.
Right.
You might need a thinner screwdriver, Adrian, if you have one to hand.
Don't you mean longer screwdriver?
Well,
I was
yeah.
actually using a longer screwdriver.
Yeah. What I meant is obviously the shaft to be smaller, because obviously the Oreo won't fit in. That's sometimes the only thing that lets the Oreo down.
Yes. Right.
Okay.
Okay.
That's definitely in. Okay.
That's definitely in.
Step 7 then. Fit the outer hip joint casing, part 3, over the ball of the hip joint, part 1, so that the notches round the edge of the part fit around the raised screw sockets on the inside of the hip joint.
Right. Yes, you need to put the rubber one in first. Get that one in place.
Yeah. And then step 8 is fit the metal domed hip joint cap, part 4, over the casing. Align the notches in part 4, fit around the raised screw sockets.
I know someone's forgotten this part on the other leg.
Oh, somebody we know?
Probably not.
All right.
Right, while he's doing that, I'll pick up the chat. Fleetwood J, I think you'll need to be a surgeon to do all the joints on the Terminator, LOL.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so step 9 is take the outer cap for the hip joint, part 5, and note that there are slightly raised parts on either side of the screw holes. These will fit around the raised screw sockets on the inside of the hip joint, as indicated by the arrows. For the next step, you will need 4 PM 2x18mm screws.
At least they're advising you what sort of screws you're going to need, so you know roughly what screw to put on the screw.
Yeah.
Should I mean? Right. Okay. Yes. You've got little notches, and they go either side of those screw ones. Right. Whoops. That way. I really need to put this on. Okay.
Okay.
Right, I'm going to...
Okay, so I'll read out step 10, which Adrian's doing now, but he's got to obviously hold it in place. Is fit the outer cap, part 5, over part 4, so that the screw holes are aligned. Fix in place with 4 PM 2x18mm screws.
Well, I got one in so far. Now I'm going to go the opposite side and try and get that one in. Right, so far.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to go to one of the others I'm done. Put that screw in. And I've got them in so far, then I'm going to actually go around tightening them all up.
Yeah.
It's number 2 tight. Right, yeah. I'm just going to go around again to double check, because you never know. The first one I did that tight. Now I put the rest in. It's probably loosen it a bit more because it's right. Come in here. Right. Yes, those screws are nice and tight, but it doesn't. At the moment, the hip joint is loosened because a different screw alters that.
Yeah. Okay, and that is stage complete. The left thigh has been attached to the pelvis. And in next week's issue, we finish the left hip and assemble another leg part.
Yep. Well, yes, we tighten the hip basically up.
Yeah. And that's it for today's build.
Nice and simple.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oops. Camera.
And we're back. Ah. Nice and simple.
Yes.
But you kind of know what you're doing anyway because you've already done one on the other side. So.
Well, yes. If you realise what you remember how you done the previous one, you know roughly how to do the second one.
Yeah. Bit like the X-Wing. I've done 4 wings at the moment. I don't really need the instructions to tell me how to do them. Because they're all the same. So, but yeah.
Its problem is you just in case they said, "Oh, do this section first and that one."
Yeah.
Like this one. To be honest, like gluing those nuts in. When we tell us to put that on, so what? To be honest, we could just put the nuts in and glue that part on. That would soon anchor the nuts in.
Yeah. So it's just the way they do it, I think.
Yes.
Okay, so I've got the YouTube schedule up. So tomorrow night is me on my channel, 8 o'clock, with Build the Spitfire Show, issues 37 and 38. And then on Monday, we have 8 o'clock, Chris Davies World, Ecto 1, issue 3. And then we've got Build with Adrian, and I believe it's the camper van, Adrian.
Yes, it will be.
Right, and that is at 7:30. We Build with Adrian on Tuesday. And then Wednesday, we have Yorkshire Crafter and Penny's Pit Stop on both their channels, the Paint with Diamonds show. That is at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And then Wednesday evening at 7:30 p.m., not 8 o'clock. It's the Part Work show with Routemaster 103 continued. Thursday, we don't have anything currently in Thursday at the moment. Friday then is Horlicks, 8 o'clock on his channel for Terminator 77 and a few more after that. It was very quick on Friday what we did. And then Saturday is Horlicks again, and he'll be doing Routemaster 110. And then I'll make an announcement. On Sunday, we've got something rather special. On the 13th, we have Dave's Hobbies, 8 p.m, and he will be doing his catch-up show. So, yes, please tune into that because it's always a fantastic show with Dave Say. And that's the schedule.
All right, I'll hit after the chat. P40F20, nice and easy, lemon squeezy, nice bit of building, Adrian.
Thank you.
P40F20, great show tonight, Dream Team.
Thank you.
So,
yes.
So we do try and keep you entertained most nights on YouTube.
Yes, we do try to, don't we?
Yeah, that's what we're trying to do these days, especially with people in lockdown and goodness knows what.
Oh yes.
So,
Matthew bought a week with my pals.
So yeah, I think we spend more time with each other on YouTube or talking than we do with his own wives. Really, because we seem to be doing that a lot lately.
Oh yeah, we can't really go out and have fun, can we? Really?
Well, the only partner we've never met is Geordie Dave's wife.
What do you she'll not come on the camera.
I mean, I said that's the only person we've never met. Because obviously our partners, they join in with us. and we all talk and stuff. But yeah, the only partner we've never seen is Geordie Dave's wife.
She'll not come with cab brush. She's cab brushing.
Ah, right, okay.
Just next door watching the television. But
In the bedroom.
you might shower her in the back room once or twice, but that's it.
Yeah, I do hear her, yeah, sometimes in the back, but is that why you got that television for the bedroom, so she wouldn't annoy you in the living room?
Well, it would be that, or else I wouldn't make you do this because it would be hard.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm a bit, you know, half the time after parties here. They take Tuesday, for instance, I'll come in from work, grab me tea, and I'm straight back. I'm on this till it's time to go to bed. So I'll be looking at her there for about 20 minutes.
So she's watching TV in the bedroom and you're watching TV in the living room?
Well, I'm on this.
Yeah.
Unless you have a night off, and Wednesday.
Well,
if you're not working Wednesday, you'll be watching Penny.
Sometimes I do and sometimes I don't, because you know we've got to spend some time together.
Well, yes.
You know,
yeah.
It's so usually on I came on Wednesday because I was invited on, but usually I probably wouldn't watch the show because I've built the root master.
Yeah.
You know, she might say, "Are you going to?" I said, "Well, I don't have to if you want to watch something on TV together." So I'll leave that up to her. She wants to spend some time together watching the television on a Wednesday. I'll take that night off.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's just the way it works, isn't it, really?
Yeah, I've built the root master, so I know there in case Penny needs a hand or a Horlicks.
Yeah. Trouble is, though, is sometimes with Penny shows, they do go on quite a long time because of the way Penny does it. And obviously, you said
Geordie Dave. Sorry, can I interrupt? Can you just deal with the chat? I think there's no Lisa chat come up.
Oh, Penny, even then, have I missed anything? Not really.
Yeah, the bill.
Not really.
Not a lot.
Just gluing in 4 nuts and then putting in 4 screws.
And
just putting things together.
And last but not least, Matthew Borum. I'll be buying my mother Christmas present Wednesday afternoon. Cool, I got my mum's in the day.
Right. I can't remember what I was saying now.
But we're talking about the shows.
Oh, just saying sometimes, you know, the part work show can go on, you know, and if you've got to be up for work the next day.
Yeah.
You know.
It's her choice how she does it, isn't it?
Oh, Penny, come on! It wouldn't be this. It wouldn't be an epic stream if Penny was to do an hour stream. I'd honestly be going round and checking Penny's temperature.
Yeah, and once the COVID's over, and I get back to work properly, I'll be working Wednesday nights anyway.
Yeah. So no, I'll be what do you call it? I'd be worried if Penny only did an hour stream. She likes to entertain us.
Of course.
Yeah.
Penny, just screw your nuts. Sounds interesting. It's go big or go home with me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Right. Basically, there's the news.
Is that it for now?
I think, didn't you say you might have a special guest again tomorrow night?
Yeah, so the Spitfire show tomorrow night, we hopefully, fingers crossed, have got a special guest coming on. I'm not going to say who it is on here, but he is new to lives. He's never been on a live before, as far as I'm aware. So hopefully, fingers crossed, you'll see a new face tomorrow night on the Spitfire show. And also, if anybody wants to be a guest on the Spitfire show, just drop us a a message and we can take it from there.
Yes. That's all we can do.
Yeah.
Oh, a couple of more chats coming up. Penny Pit Stop, I'll be honest, don't tell anyone, but I want Hannah's stream finish on time.
Really? Definitely wasn't feeling well.
A40F20, actually it's go a big at home with you, Penny.
Yeah.
And Penny, LOL, P40. Oh. Come up. Penny Pisser, is your guest Santander closed? If it isn't, I'm not watching.
Oh, we'll be revealed.
Well, you have to watch it and find out. If you don't like it, then you have to leave.
Yeah.
Right. Let's say our goodbyes. Let's do reverse order. Geordie Dave.
Another good build there tonight. I hope everybody enjoyed. And good night from me. And don't forget to subscribe to everybody and a thumbs up to Adrian. So good night from me.
Yeah. Thank you, Geordie Dave. And Mark.
So yeah, it's a thumbs up from me. Fantastic build tonight, Adrian, as always. Obviously, you do make your builds very informative. So yeah, good night, everybody.
Thank you. And thank you everyone for watching. Please don't forget to hit the thumbs up if you can. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please hit the subscribe button. It would be nice. And if you do, just hit the bell notification and that will inform you when the next show will be on. And goodbye from all of us.